is up, YouTube? Supreme Builds family, how you guys doing? What's up, Aaron? What's up, Sound Chaser? You guys hear me okay? Yo, what's up? It is indeed once a 3-day weekend for me, too. So happy 3-day weekend to everybody. What's up, Sean? How you doing? Oh, kind of tired today. I did like 12 hours of work the last 2 days each day, and then didn't really go to sleep early when I got home. So, well, as early could be anyway. Double Sean. What's up, Sean number 2? Sound Chaser said needs Red Bull. I'll be alright. I'll make it. It's 108 in Vegas, and it's nice. I don't know of any scenario where I'd enjoy 108 degrees. Although dry heat is better than humid heat, so maybe. If it could be like between 50 and 85, if there's a place in the world that's between 50 and 85 all year round Fahrenheit, I'd love it. I'd move there, as long as they have FiOS. What's up, Roland? So how you guys doing? This is the second members only chat. So if you guys are in here watching and you can't chat, it's just because this particular chat is members only. I do it on the last weekend of every month, so it'll be about an hour, and I basically just take questions from the members so that you guys that have joined the channel, get a chance to ask questions in a less crowded scenario. But everybody can watch the video, so people that can't chat in this video, you can still learn something if you have a question, or you see a question that's asked that could help you. So that's good too. So just want everybody that is in here and maybe can't chat to know why. Nothing's wrong with your YouTube. It just only allows the channel members to chat during this one chat. I'll come back for another video after this one where everybody can chat. That video I will be, hold please, I had a lot of requests for this so far, so if you look behind me on the floor, right over there, there, I got a chair. I was asked by a few people actually about the Titan, which is what I'm sitting in, because I do have affiliate links for these chairs, and I gotta look over here, so I'm like not looking sideways, but I have affiliate link in bottom. It's all the way at the bottom of every video description for these chairs from Secret Lab. But you guys that have been on the channel a long time know that I used to sit in this chair that squeaked all the time. Every time I would do this, it was like squeaking, and even if I just went side to side, it would squeak. And I used to put a cushion under there that was actually meant for like sciatic pain, because I have sciatica. I get sciatic nerve pain. So I switched to this Titan chair, and I have not had it since. So when I first got the chair, I didn't ask them right away for an affiliate link or anything. I wanted to try the chair out for a while, and then I became a believer in the chair. So I asked them for a link. They gave me one after they checked out the YouTube channel, and been good since then. I haven't had any pain. I like literally no pain. So I love these chairs, but this is the big chair. This is the Titan. It can hold people up to 290 pounds, and I think it's 6'5". And I'm, depending on who you ask, I'm 5'11" or 6 feet tall. My license says 6 feet. One of my doctors said I was 6 feet. My doctor now says I'm 5'11". Maybe I shrunk an inch because I'm getting old. I don't know. But that chair is the Omega. It's a special edition Game of Thrones version, so it's going to be real cool. It'll look different than this chair. You guys that know me know I love Game of Thrones, so I had to do that. And I'm going to compare in the next video. I'm going to literally hold both of these chairs out, sit on them. I'm going to build that chair, and then I'm going to sit on both and compare them. For somebody like me, who's 5'11" to 6 feet, somewhere in that range, and I weigh like 180 to 185 pounds, depending on, you know, if I've eaten yet or not, somewhere in that range. I fit in that, but I am basically, like they say 5'11" is max height for that chair, but it holds two people up to 220 pounds, I believe. So it seems like I'd fit in that chair well. And I can honestly say that this chair has served me well. It's super comfortable. I have no real issues with it. But it is like, I can see how much I can kind of just shimmy. There's bolsters on the side here. I don't know how well you guys could see that. Let me see. Right here. This side. I can't really point properly, but the shiny part. Those stick out, kind of like, you know, a racing chair. Or a car chair that's like a bucket seat, almost. And they do not hug me at all. They hug my shirt. See me here? I'm hitting it now. So I got a lot of space in this chair. Still very comfy, but definitely a lot of space. I want to see if I like this one better. The funny thing is, my wife also got a Game of Thrones chair upstairs. She has herniated discs and sciatica too. And hers is worse than mine. And she got a Game of Thrones chair, same thing, Omega. I put it together for her last night, and I was going to sit in it, and she was like, nope, don't sit in it. And I was like, why? And she's like, if you sit in it, you're going to know what it feels like, and then your reaction on YouTube isn't going to be as good to the chair. So, good call, wifey. So I didn't sit in it. It's upstairs. She sat in it. I haven't. So I'll sit in this one for the first time in the next show. What's up, Troop? Troopers in the house. But as far as the chairs go, I mean, I can't speak for the Omega because I haven't used it yet. But somebody my size, the Titan's still very comfortable. I did put it together on YouTube, but when I did that, I had to use my cell phone because the studio wasn't set up yet. What I'm going to do this time is move the Titan out of the way. And I'm going to be in this view right here so that this chair is not blocking. Kind of like that. Like I'll be totally out of the way. And I'll put it together like this. I might adjust the angle a little, but so that you guys can see everything. I could talk to y'all. And while I build it, and then I'll put both chairs side by side for size differences, comparisons. I'll move back further. Like, you can get a better idea of this chair when I'm back here. Like, the whole chair, you know? So, if you want to actually see that chair, you know what I mean? Like, that's what it looks like. And, back of it. But it's a really, really big chair. Two people at 220. No, man, one person at 220. What are you saying, Roland? What's up, TJ? I'd love to give away one of these chairs. I need more than an affiliate link to do that, though. They're like this. I don't know the exact price of the chairs right now, but those Game of Thrones chairs are limited edition. They charge more for them. I think they're like close to $400 a chair. This chair is their regular Titan chair, which I think I got for $400 also. But they don't give me any discounts. So, But maybe they will when I'm done with my next video, or allow me to give one away or do something. And I'm going to change my hat for the next show, because I did not get a Lannister chair. What do we got here? Oh, no problem, Dylan. Stay safe out there. Are you in Florida? I heard that it's changing course and going to the Carolinas. That's the last thing I saw. Is that still the case? Mr. Butler's in the house. What's up? Asked me, have I used the Netgear Orbi? I bought the Netgear Orbi before I bought Google Wi-Fi. And I returned it because at that time, it worked fine. But at that time, it wouldn't connect to Nest and a couple other things. It was still new. And I have tons of Nest stuff, so it just wasn't working for me. So I returned it and went to Google Wi-Fi and never looked back. Mr. Butler, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. I'm not. Oh, there we go. I was like, I'm not hearing it. It went through. You guys could hear it when it went off, right? The little sound. I want to make sure you could hear the desktop sound. What's up, Thundercloud? Yes? Okay, cool. Thunder says, my Nvidia remote hasn't worked in a long time. You know what's crazy? Is every time I unplug the Shield and then I plug it back in after a while, this remote works. And the minute I turn it off and turn it back on, the remote is no longer working. So I give up. This remote is just wonky. Then I have the same Shield in my bedroom, 2017 Shield, with a remote. Same remote. Works every time through every update. Never gives me a problem. I have a 2015 Shield. Remote still works perfect on that one. Kiko in the house. What's up, Kiko? Yo, you bought a Titan? This chair? You too small for a Titan, Yo. How tall are you? $5'1"? Yo. You know what's gonna happen, right? With your Titan, I'm gonna show you right now. Maybe I won't. Let's see. Okay. This is gonna be you, Yo, with your Titan. You won't be able to put your feet down. Oh, if it's for your dad, how tall is your dad? If he's 5'9", he'll be good. I hope he's 5'9". I can lower this chair all the way down to here, and I'm good. 5'10", he'll be fine. It's real easy to build, Yo. I mean, the hardest part is the back has to go. You gotta like hold it while you screw it in, but with two people it's easy. The rest of it is really easy. So you just gotta hold the back to the base for like 5 minutes maybe while you screw in 4 screws to it. I saw the box and said, not today. Like, I don't know. I love this chair. The thing is, it is big for me, but I have to make sure that I sit all the way back in the chair so that like my back is really pressed up and like my butt is right against where it, transfers, and then I'm good. Because it's easy because the chair is so big that I can easily slip forward. Giorgio, thank you for joining the channel. I appreciate it. But here, my shirt is big. You see that space there? It's not really touching me. I got all this side space. New SB logo in the cognac glass. Thank you, Giorgio. He said, hello, Lee, we pay now. You don't have to pay at all. You just, I do one chat every month for members only. And so the ones that do join the channel and show support in that way, I let them have the chat to themselves for one show every month. All right, so Roland's got a serious question. They have a new Wi-Fi router for Wi-Fi 6. What is it? Do I get it? All right, I'll explain this to you guys. Wi-Fi 6 is basically, you guys remember when there was like Wi-Fi N only, and then it became Wi-Fi AC, and it started off with like, AC whatever, then AC 1200 and AC 2400, and now there's like AC 5300. Wi-Fi 6 is Wi-Fi AX, so it's really like a new standard past AC. It's not really designed to increase speeds that much over AC individually per component. It's designed to handle more Wi-Fi clients at the same time. So it's going to tell you that it has more speed. And technically that's true, but the way it's designed to work is to be able to take your speed and give that speed to more devices. So let's say, you have a device that on Wi-Fi AC, I'm just using this, it's kind of a poor example because it doesn't exactly work that way, and I'll tell you why, but just to give like a simple breakdown of it. Let's say you have a device in your house now that gets 50 megabits per second on Wi-Fi, and your router, or let's say you just have 10 devices that get 50 megabits per second each, right? So you have a 500 megabit per second connection, and every device gets 50. That would be ideal, right? But that's not how it works. Devices never really get that. So what Wi-Fi 6 is going to do is going to say, okay, you have 500 megabits, and Wi-Fi 5 is technically AC. You're able to, say, connect 25 devices or 50 devices without a problem in your house. It all depends on your speed. It's going to be more able to give higher speeds to each device in a loaded up scenario. It may create a little latency from device to device to do so, but it's going to try to maximize the speed on each device and allow for more device connections than the current Wi-Fi. So should you get it? Not now. It's not going to do anything because right now the routers have Wi-Fi 6. There's really not clients with Wi-Fi 6, but in a year to 2 years, you'll probably start seeing like next year's cell phones. They might say Wi-Fi 6. Next year's, motherboards, things like that, and computers, when you're buying them, might say Wi-Fi 6. But right now, you're spending a whole lot of money for something that doesn't do you any good because both sides need to be Wi-Fi 6. You may get some sort of very minute benefit from Wi-Fi 5 clients to a Wi-Fi 6 router, but not much. TJ said, I bought a Raspberry Pi 4 and started playing around with it last night. Pretty cool. Are you going to test one as a streaming box? I could, but that's not my intention. That wasn't really my intention, but maybe I will on this channel. I'll do it as a streaming device just to show you guys. I mean, to me, it's kind of like an Android device without Android. So I wouldn't buy that for that purpose. You know what I mean? I would buy it for other things, like maybe a retro gaming thing, or a VPN into your house so that you can be outside using public Wi-Fi and still have a secure connection back to your home. Things like that I find it real useful for. Also for downloading. You can set up sonar and radar and everything on it and auto download shows, things like that. Sort of like making your own little Ultra Seed box. Something similar in function to that. But you definitely can use it for streaming and it would be fine, but you can only use Kodi. Because the Android version that they've been working on forever on Raspberry Pi is not really complete and doesn't really work that good. I don't know why they can't seem to get it down, but they can't. Dylan says, question for you, made my Gaia build per your video and having trouble getting real Debrid links. Did the standard reauthorize and my account is good. Seems like RD takes a long time to get links. Takes a while still on Xeon and Cinema. I don't really have too much trouble with that, but what's your speed? It could be possibly a connection between you and Real Debrid. Also, don't use a VPN. I don't know if you are, but don't use one. I mean, you can use it with Real Debrid, but it's totally unnecessary. If you're playing Real Debrid links, you got a secure connection already. He just did Aquaman, no links with RD, 100 megabits per second. Well, let's see if it's something on your end. It could be your ISP. Oh, you do use VPN. Yeah, try without it and see if you get it. I'm going to try for you right now. Without a VPN, and I'm still using the Beelink, which I set up the Beelink GT King as a Android TV device in my last video. If you guys didn't see that, check it out. I will be making a shorter, concise version of that, but yeah, you could use it as an ad blocker too. Just try to allow YouTube for me. Let it do the firewall. I'll give it a go over here because I set it up here. Oh, I keep forgetting to turn that off. Alright, at least I got the volume off on there. Gaia updated again. What else is new? I know we generally find updates to sometimes be annoying, but it just goes to show you, though, honestly, when you really think about it, that they're really trying hard to make stuff work really well. So I try not to complain about updates to add-ons and apps and all that stuff. It's a good thing. It means the developer cares. Yeah, let me look at that before I do this. I'll make sure I have the same version as you, TJ. So, yep, 5.4.2. That's what it just updated me to. Yeah, Zion was Zion Club Roland's talking about. That is really awesome. I still have to set that up on this box. So let's hit Aquaman real quick. And we'll see what I get. For any of you guys that didn't see my last video, I'm using the Beelink GT King right now. So it's a little bit slower than the Shield, but once I put Android TV on it, I don't really mind it at all. I think it's a fantastic device. If you don't want to pay for a Shield, you just gotta not be afraid to put a custom ROM on there. Or if you already have a Shield and you want a slightly cheaper box in the other rooms that still works really nice, GT King for the win. It's definitely the best Chinese box once you have a proper OS on it. I hate the OS that comes on it, but Android TV on it is awesome. The only thing about this Android TV version is there's no Bluetooth. Once you put it in, it kind of shuts it out on here, which I don't really mind. That's okay. Oh, do you have your timeout short, Dylan? Shortening the timeout will definitely do that. Cruisin', thank you for joining the channel. I appreciate it. Let me slide back over there real quick because I want you to get your credit. There we go. Bing. Thank you, Cruisin'. I appreciate it. Did I by chance get an alert that I got one of your chairs? I didn't, but they don't really alert me. I gotta sign in and look. So I'm gonna have to take a look. I'll take a look before the show is over and see. So let me go back over here real quick. So I mean, I'm getting them, Dylan. I would say definitely check your settings. What I do is I literally set it up. If you follow what I do, I don't change anything. And the reason I don't, unless you have a weaker device. If you have a weaker device, you might want to lower your time on providers, but you will get less links, and it may make you skip over some real debrid links as well. But on the Shield, just let it stay to what it has. I usually find that to work okay for the most part. Like don't adjust the provider timeout. I think it's 60 seconds by default. Don't let it check and change it for you. The Shield seems to get done with all the searches in about 60 seconds. Even though it has a max of 60 seconds per provider, I usually finish in just around 60 seconds on the search and get plenty of links. Ooh, I'm getting a scam likely call. Should I answer it? You guys want me to play with these people on the phone? Let's do it. Oh, they hung up. I was about to answer it. We'll see if they call back. Sometimes they call back right away. I don't understand why YouTube started doing this. YouTube sends me a notification that says, I'm now live on my own channel. Thanks, YouTube. I think I'd know that, though. They should be sending you guys a notification that I'm live. I don't know why they're sending it to me. I know when I'm live. Yo said, don't worry, they will call from 300 more numbers. You got that right. I'll keep an eye out. They did not immediately call me back. I was about to answer. All right, so I'm getting them. Definitely, maybe run through the wizard one more time, Dylan, and just don't change anything and tell it to do default on the search, and don't do autoplay. Autoplay messes stuff up too a lot. And just tell it to use the default time settings. What's up, Storm? Storm is in the house. Did I miss a question here? Oh, Cruisin had asked me about the chair. I'll take a look right now and see if it shows up. How long ago did you order it? Like, did you already get it? I think it might be this one. I don't remember. Yeah, it is refreshing. Okay. Yes. Let me see. It shows that I got August. Somebody bought a chair on August 30th. Was that you, Cruisin? Or it went through on the 30th, so that's probably you. So yeah, it did. Thank you. I appreciate it. Now at least I know it works. You went with the Titan, huh? I'm happy with it. Roland, thank you for picking up that limited edition Cyan Stay Supreme snapback. Appreciate it. I think you'll like the Titan, man. I think you said you were about the same size as me, right? So you'll have a little wiggle room in the chair. It won't be like super snug on you. But there's times where I really like that. Like I like being able to just move a little bit. We'll see what's up with the Omega when I do the next video. But big up to Cruisin' Beast, first person to use my link to get a Secret Lab chair. I appreciate that. And I was wondering like if just nobody got or it didn't work. Trying to see if it. Whoops. Reporting. Yeah, they don't really show me like how many people clicked or whatever on this one. Carl! Carl! Carl's in the house! Y'all got some more questions for me? Did I miss any? Oh, Thunder said, can you add open meta to your SB build to use it to search Seren and Gaia? Thunder, that's a question for Juggernaut. Unless you're asking about adding that into... Giorgio, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Do I have an email? Yes, it's Lee, L-E-E, at supremebuilds.live. .live. Roland, you ordered all 3 hats? It only showed 1 on the screen. That's what's up, though. Let me see how many of those hats are left. Oh yeah, it does show up. You got all limited edition hats, my man. You ordered what I did. You did the same thing I did. I ordered all 3. Oh, it did say plus 2 items? Troop, you out of here? Take care, Troop. I hope you stay safe out there in the hurricane, my man. Hopefully it skips by everybody. I'm not sure what that where that question about that was thunder, right? I'm trying to find it again. There you go. Open Meta. I've not used that, so I'm not really sure. Honestly, Thunder. I'm kind of like, aside from just using Gaia, I've been not too crazy into Kodi lately. Oh, I will, Roland. The hoodies will come. I've been trying to come up with a good design for that. Hopefully my chair comes before Dorian does. Yeah, I hope so too. Is there a new version of the Easy TV that's compatible for the 4K Fire Stick with the split screen option? No, not yet. We gotta wait on Smarters to figure that out. But Storm says 2.1 multi. Yeah, but there was some audio issues with that for some people on 4K Fire Sticks. It doesn't happen to everybody though. It's weird. Thanks, Jay. It doesn't happen to everybody. But it does seem to happen only to 4K Fire Sticks though. It's kind of strange. I wouldn't tell anyone that has a 4K Fire Stick not to try it. I would try it and only use the older one if it gives you audio issues. There you go. Storm's got some advice for you. If you have a 4K Fire Stick, enable SL and GL in the settings and set it to software and it will work. So she found the answer. So when you go in there, find the settings to enable SL and GL, which is, I believe, in the player settings, or it's something like that, and set it to software encoding, and it should work. So it just needs different settings. And Cruisin', you're gonna get the 2020 Titan, so it's gonna be a little different than mine too. That's a 2020 Omega behind me, so I'm gonna check that out. I have a 2019 Titan. I was kind of upset that because I literally bought this Titan and like a month later the 2020 series was released. I was like, ah. But it is what it is. The box went to sleep. Cruisin', thank you for grabbing the snapback. I was gonna say something and I can't remember what it was. I forgot. TJ says, "What's my timetable on building my new PC?" I think hold on. Before Sound Chaser asked me a question that I didn't want to skip over. He said, "What would you ask Nvidia to do to upgrade the Shield besides 16 gigs of RAM?" I don't even think it needs 16. I would go with something like, let me close this down until I gotta come back in there. I just don't want to leave that open. I would like to see like 4 gigs of RAM. Just give me an extra gig, make it DDR4. And the processor upgrade, which we do have. We just don't know exactly what that upgrade really is, you know? We don't know how big of an update it is. A lot of people are making assumptions that it's a small update, but that may not be the case at all, because when you deal with the Chinese boxes or the like Fire Sticks and all that kind of stuff, you have a processor and a GPU in there. and they're separate. So you could have like a Mali, whatever, for your GPU plus an Amlogic processor, right? On the Shield, the processor is also the GPU. It's one unit. So if you have an X1 chip, which is what's in the Shield now, and they have an updated X1, that probably means it's the same architecture, but it could be clocked way higher. It could have more CUDA cores. It could have more anything. It could make it into a gaming monster. I don't know. We gotta wait to see exactly what it ends up with. So I'm excited to see what that is. I'll definitely be pre-ordering the Shield as soon as they put it up, and I will get it and bring it to you guys live on the channel to see if it's worth it. Do they have Steeler colors with that chair? Roland said. With this chair? I don't know. Honestly. They got a lot. With the Titan and the Omega, there's a lot of chairs. I'll take a look real quick. Good afternoon, DT. No. There we go. So if you're looking at the Titan 2020 series, that's kind of nice. This is new. The classic look? I like this. Hang on. So let me show you all this. So here's the Titan, right? Oh, I made myself huge here because I was doing something else the other day. Hang on. This one. I don't need to be so big. There we go. That's fine. So you got all these regular ones. Sean, let me slide back over there. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. I hate when I miss the cup drop. I like for all you guys to get in the cup. Sound Chaser, thank you for the super chat. But yeah, Sound, other than that, I don't really... Oh, everything stayed in. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Sound. Thank you, Sean. Much appreciated. Other than that, on the Shield, I don't really think it needs much. Oh, wait. I am so wrong. What do I want to see updated and upgraded? This. I know they're upgrading it, but it better connect better, too. If this doesn't work better, then this one, I'm going to be upset. So I'd like to see those things upgraded. The processor is definitely getting an upgrade. We know that. But it looks like it's still going to be 3 gigs of RAM. But hopefully it's DDR4 because the original Shield is DDR3. That'll still be nice even if it stays at 3 gigs. DDR4 is just faster. And hopefully the processor... What I'm thinking, honestly, this is my thought process. I think in some weird way, even though it would make no sense, that the new Shield is going to be able to be the first Android TV device that can natively play Google Stadia, and you don't need like a Chromecast, so you can plug it into your TV, and it'll just play. Like right now, if you want to play on the big screen, you need to plug in a Chromecast Ultra with Google Stadia. That's the only certified device right now when Stadia drops. But they're dropping the Shield apparently like right around the same time as Stadia. So I'm thinking they might somehow merge those, even though it doesn't make much sense because Nvidia has their own game streaming service. But maybe they've done something behind the scenes and they haven't told anybody. Some kind of partnering. Why not DDR5? I haven't seen any Android devices running DDR5 yet, Kiko. But yeah, if they can, I'll take it. Hell, give me DDR6. DDR4 just seems to be like hitting the Android market, but none of the major like non-Chinese boxes have put DDR4 in yet that I've seen. Only the Chinese manufacturers pretty much. What's up, Clayton? So on the chairs, you were asking about Steeler colors. Let's see. So here's the Titan, right? This is the one I have, literally, but this is the 2020 version. It's got the red in it. Otherwise, it could sort of be because it's gold. You got all black with suede. That's suede edges on it. That don't work. That's amber. This is new, and I like this a lot. For some reason, the white really like strikes me. I don't know why. I like that look. And then there's ash, which is like a blue-gray. It's kind of nice. But then you got to look down here in the special editions, and you might find something that could be Steeler color. They got a Dark Knight chair. This is the chair that I got my wife, except it's the Omega, not the Titan. And this is the chair I'm going to unbox after, but the Omega, not the Titan. That's what's on my floor right now. The Targaryen chair. I really like this chair too, the Lannister chair, which goes with my hat. But obviously I don't need that many chairs. So, but that's a pretty nice chair too. Let's see. These are gaming people's chairs. But no, they don't have Steeler colors. But you also have soft weave fabric as an option. There's only two here, cookies and cream. If you don't want the PU leather. And the soft weave fabric is also available. Then there's crazy expensive Napa leather, but you only get that in black. But that's like legit, like leather. That's $800 though. And I believe that the Omega series also has the same exact colorings. But you can see like the bolsters come up way higher on the sides on the Omega, and they stick out way more in the front. So they kind of like swoop you in more. The bolsters are very low on the Titan. So you got these like thigh bolsters to hold you in on the side more. Clayton, thank you for the super chat. I greatly appreciate it. But I think you have pretty much the same. No, they don't even have. They have Royal here. That's different. Classic is here, but that wasn't available on the Titan. Then you got the Stealth, black with suede, and ash. So those are the same. But this Royal is not available on the Titan, but it is on the Omega. And then your special editions are exactly the same, I think. Although I didn't remember seeing this newbie one. But there's no actual Steelers colors, unfortunately. I would say you're close. Whoa, that's different. Kind of close. You got a little tap of red in there, but there's a bunch of gold in there. So this one's probably kind of close to Steelers colors. That's a League of Legends gaming team, but and your last product, which is the small one, is the Throne, which comes in way less colors. They don't have anything fancy really for it. They got red, white, and rush purple. And then in the fabric, they have this coal and pink. So, I mean, it's generally designed as a female's gaming chair, sort of. Because if you look at the size guide, it's 4'9" to 5'3". And it's still a max load of 220, though. So, if you're 4'9", that should, you know... Yo-Yo, you said you're 5'1", right? This is your chair. The Throne. That would be your chair. Because when you get to the... I think you need to be 5'4". No, 5'3" to 5'11" for the Omega. And then 5'9" to 6'7" for the Titan. So you see 220 to 240 to 290. However, the Throne has a full tilt mechanism, which actually allows you to lay completely straight back. So you can go to sleep in that chair. These are not 100% back. I can still go to sleep in them. But you get almost exactly the same thing. Like, the difference is the Titan has adjustable lumbar support. No other chair does. But other than that, you're getting exactly the same chair, just in a smaller section. And it says the cushioning is a little less on the smaller one. You got 4 stars instead of 5. But when you look at it online, the reviews for it are really good. And I mean, you have customer reviews here, but you know, and a bunch of people putting their pictures in, so you can see pictures from individual buyers, just kind of nice too. Um, you know, it's a nice looking, comfy chair. Somebody put it in their setup. Oh, there's an Omega, or is that a Titan? That's a Titan, I think, next to one, so you can see it's a lot smaller. So yeah, those are the chairs anyway. They got the 3 options there. And if you guys do end up getting a chair, like I said, I got the link all the way at the end of pretty much every video. So please use that. Yo-Yo said I got enough cushion naturally. um, Mr. Butler says I should do a live auction on some point from my toys behind me to help build a new PC. I wouldn't mind doing that. Problem is, I think technically that's not legal. Like to do it on YouTube like that. I'm not sure. So I don't want to break any rules. I can do like a donation ticker or whatever, but somebody asked me, who was it that asked me, like how close am I to building my new PC? Oh, my timetable, that was TJ. So, to answer that question, man, it's going to be a while. I got to order part by part. And I went through PC Part Picker and I picked it out, and I'm hoping that some things get a little cheaper as some new stuff comes out, because I won't upgrade beyond what I have in there. I don't think anyway, unless something looks that crazy. But it's gonna be a while. Like I'll probably like order the parts, get them in, as many as I can in one shot. But yeah, it depends what happens. Like right now, I need a new rear strut for my car. One of them is like pretty shot, so I gotta do that. I got a few things I gotta do. How much is my build-in part picker right now? Ridiculously expensive. Let's see. Let me sign in and see exactly where it's at. I'm going to try to trim some of the fat off of it. But when I start something like that, I usually do a lot of research, pick the absolute best product, regardless of price, and then I start looking at the differences in the next lowest down one and see, like price-wise, to see where I can get to. So I can show you all that right here real quick. So here's my parts list, right? It's just on mine. So I called it my first monster build because when I build this PC, it'll be the first PC I've built probably in 13 years. But it's definitely the first monster one that I have. So there's the total right now. But I have not looked to lower anything from there. It's crazy expensive. It's almost $6,000. So that's why I said it's going to be a while, like, for me to get that. But if I could get this, you know, like I said, I'll find places to get a little cheaper. Like, I did a ton of research already on the board, right? So with this board, it's the only one. Oh, you can't see it? I got it on the screen. Oh, am I going Intel? Yeah, I was looking at the 9900K. But I gotta look and see, you know, but the thing is, if I go AMD, right, their newest processor has more cores. It could actually be better for me, but it costs just as much as the Intel, the newest, highest one. But I'm waiting for Intel to drop the KS, And when they do that, I hope that the K drops, because I'll just overclock it myself. I don't need to buy a KS. But like looking at the board and stuff, forget about the looks. It's all about the power delivery. And that's what I did a lot of research on. Let me switch back over here, because Gary dropped one in the bucket. Gary, thank you for the super chat. I greatly appreciate it. So it's just power delivery, because I need to be able to overclock the RAM, overclock the processor. And this board right here, for that purpose, I wouldn't advise anybody that's just, if I was just gaming alone, I wouldn't get this board. But the fact is, I'm going to game and stream at the same time, and I want to do it in 4K. You know what I really want to do, right? If you look at gaming channels on YouTube, like where people actually game, you don't really see people gaming 4K 60 FPS on YouTube. I want to do that. I want to do it live. I have the bandwidth to do it right here. I'm one of the few people that has the actual internet speed that my internet will not bottle me to do that. I would love to do 4K 60 FPS and HDR. I don't know if YouTube will live stream in HDR. I know you can upload an HDR video, but I would do it live. I think that would be so cool. Like, it should, number one, get a lot of attention because you don't see that. But I want people to be able, like, I did the Xbox One X. I unboxed it. I had the Project Scorpio edition, which is still sitting right here, and that's what I use when I game. But my capture card can only do 1080p 60 FPS. So even though I send out a 4K signal, whatever, it doesn't matter. You guys can't see it in 4K. So I'd like for you guys to be able to see the difference, even if it was 1440p, 4K, whatever the case is. Like, I could do 1440p and 120 frames per second, or 4K 60 frames per second. YouTube will accept 1440p at 120 also. So, I could look to do that as well. But I think that's something that would be very useful to people that have a 4K monitor and want to really know what it looks like. Because, people can upload it, but you don't know if they've post-processed anything or anything like that. Afterwards, after the fact, you can add saturation, you can make it look better. I want to do it live. So what you see is what you get. I always do that. I don't really edit anything. Like, I do it live. I do every test I do, I'll do it live. If it fails, it fails. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It is what it is. I don't mind. Then I'll say this doesn't work. Oh, I got a scam call. Let's answer. Hello.
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 Hello, Lee.
Hello.
Yeah, Lee, this is Ben from US Pharmacy. How are you doing?
Who are you trying to reach? They hung up. Well, that was fun. If they call back, I'll answer again. So yeah, I wanna be able to do it live, right? And to do it live, because not only do you have to run your game at 4K 60 FPS, right? You have to be able to then stream it out to YouTube at the same exact time at 4K 60 FPS. So you need some power, because you're gonna have to essentially push 2 4K 60 FPS streams, possibly HDR streams at the same time. And I'm gonna need my mic to work and my camera to work, which will also be in 4K. So DT said that sounded like Dell's service. Aaron said it sounded like Kiko. Kiko said no, that was not me. Yeah, TJ said definitely need a beast machine for that. So I'd rather take my time and buy that machine to know that I can do it you know, like I said, I'm gonna look for some corners that I could cut. You know, that, you know, maybe one motherboard back, see what the difference is. But I gotta actually look up the power delivery to see what it is. But anyone looking for serious power delivery on a board, the Aorus boards on the Z390 motherboards are far superior from everything I've done research on compared to like MSI. Guys, I want the MSI board so bad because it has a red dragon on it, and I'm gonna have red dragon on my chair, and I want red dragons on my PC. Like, I would just make it like totally Game of Thrones out by using MSI if I could, but I'm not gonna take the inferior product just to have dragons. Kiko said, I don't talk like that. Roland's cracking me up too. Yeah, I mean, the Aorus board's beautiful. Like, but you're right, function over fashion. Secret Agent, thank you for the super chat. Let me go back real quick before it misses it. I want to get that in there for you. Thank you very much, Secret Agent. I appreciate it. So yeah, I mean, this is a beautiful board anyway. They have a water-cooled version of this board, but then I'd have to go totally custom water-cooled, and I didn't want to do that. But if you look at what I got here, what I chose for the graphics card is a water-cooled Aorus Extreme graphics card. That's built-in water cooling. It has a radiator and everything. So that will match nicely with the motherboard. So that's a 2080 Ti. And I'm hoping I don't need two of them. I'm thinking with one 2080 Ti, it will work with the two 4K streams. From what I've seen, I think it will. And this board is already overclocked. But it can be overclocked a little more even. So that board, this graphics card will match really nicely with that board. It all ties together. So it'll sit right here. I can get a second one if I have to, but I'm hoping I don't. And then in the bottom will be my 4K HDR 60 FPS capture card, which will go down here. And that'll be the Elgato, the new Elgato 4K 60 FPS card. And I'm hoping to leave this one empty and not need it, because the minute you put something in here, it'll drop this one to 8 PCI Express lanes and give this one 8 instead of giving this one 16. So I'd rather leave this one with 16. I think it's 16.84 is how it works here for lanes on the 3 cards. But what I like about this board is your M.2 slots on here. If you get an M.2, I wanted to get 2 M.2s, so one here and one here. I'll leave this one empty. They take away from your SATA ports. There's 6 SATA ports, so you lose 2 SATA ports putting one here and 1 SATA port putting one here. But they do not take away. Some motherboards take away from your PCI Express lanes, which is kind of crazy. This one just takes away from your SATA port lanes. So I'd lose 3 SATA ports, but I still have 3, which is fine, because I'm not going to need... If I do need more, I'll just split one. It'll just be for fans. The last one, I only need 2 to actually plug in for SSDs and maybe 1 hard drive. So that's the plan anyway. And right now I have this... I got a PC cooler, liquid cooler also, with this Lee & Lee PC011 case. If you look at some builds with this case, it's pretty slick. That's the MSI Dragon. It would match so nice with my chair, but there's glass in the front too, so it goes around. So you got half the front glass. It's pretty sweet. I mean, I could always get an MSI graphics card, but I just feel like once it's... But they made a bigger one of this. And it's just not released yet. But it's an XL version. I'm going to get that. Yeah, the Dragon is dope. I would love it. I wish MSI had the best power delivery. I would totally go MSI all the way. But it's been tested and tested multiple times, and it just doesn't. So, it is what it is, unfortunately. But yeah, I got to see if I can trim the price down on that. Because it's going to take me forever to get that kind of money up. But I will go for it. Even if I buy it, you know, one piece at a time until I have it all. I know that rig will last a long time. Kiko, thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate it. So the idea is, you know, essentially right now the 2080 Ti basically just about maxes out an 8 times PCI Express lane. So I know that I can get 2 later on if I have to without having to get a whole new machine. Like right now, 1 is definitely more than enough. The second one, if I had to get it, I could get it. And I'd be able to drop the first one down to 8 times. The other thing about the Ti is that it uses Nvidia for the SLI. It doesn't use regular SLI, so it has a much higher bandwidth pass-through. And that's only on the 2080 Ti or the 2080 Titan uses that. So you will get a much higher bandwidth rate between the 2 cards, so it should perform very well. And that's what I would do. Instead of having to buy a whole new computer, I would just grab an extra 2080 Ti, use Nvidia to bridge them, and then from there I should be okay. So I feel like that PC should last like 6-7 years without issue, before I would need something else, I think. You know, unless the 8K gaming craze goes bananas, but I really don't care. Like, I'm not going to be able, even on my connection at home, streaming 8K would be damn near impossible. But that Aorus board does have a 10 gig LAN port. So once the 10 gig stuff starts dropping, when you can get 10 gig routers and I can plug directly into a 10 gig switch, I can then, at least in my own network, move around things at 10 gig even from my PC. So the transfer will be fast. And I don't have to get an extra PCI card for that. It's built into the motherboard. That was another reason I wanted the Aorus. The MSI board doesn't have it built in, but the most expensive one gives you a PCI card you can plug in for it. I don't want to use a PCI card for that. Because doing what I do, I need the capture card, and I may end up needing 2 graphics cards. So, yeah, I agree, TJ. 8K is way off, at least for streaming 8K at this point. Like, even gaming 8K. Like, Linus tried it on his channel, and it was not a smooth experience. And he's got the money to get everything. They send them to him for free. Maybe one day they'll send me free stuff like that. But for now, I got to buy it all myself. So, did I miss any questions from you guys? I don't think so, right? If I didn't answer someone's question, please send it. And if you have any more, send me the questions, and I will answer them. Because we're a little over an hour. I usually do this show about an hour, but I'll run a little more. If you guys got some questions, fire away. Roland says, if you build it, they will come. I hope so, because that's going to be one expensive rig. And if I'm not streaming with it, like even for these streams, just on this channel, everything should be so much better. Like, I could just plug in so much stuff, it would be crazy. Storm says, yes, where is my complimentary chair? I don't know. We got to figure that out, I guess. How tall are you, Storm? You probably need a throne too, right? Do I like Raid? Sound says. I feel like Richard, if you're in the live chat right now, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. You're 5'5", so you could actually do an Omega. You're tall enough for an Omega. You could do that. You would need the Omega at its lowest height setting, but you can do it. 5'3" is the minimum on the Omega. However, I could tell you from setting up my wife's chair last night, she's 5'3", and her feet don't quite touch the floor properly, even at the lowest setting. But it's because her legs are a little shorter than the average 5'3" person, and her torso is a little longer. So she's gonna end up like she says she loves the chair, but she's gonna put like a small little wood block on the floor right under the chair just to make it exactly right for her. So I would say you're a safer bet at 5'4" or taller on the Omega than 5'3", because it really depends on, some people have longer legs or shorter legs. So if you're 5'3" with short legs, you might want to stick to the throne. But if you're 5'3" with average leg length or long legs, short torso, you'll be good. Storm Roland says your complimentary chair is at the store. Yeah, TJ, it kills me every time I look at the dragon, man. I'm like, I want the dragon because I got that chair sitting behind me, and when I set it up, the dragon's gonna match it so perfectly, and I'd light it up all red too, and the chair's red. It would be like the most perfect setup visually, but for as much power as I want to push through there, I need to make sure that motherboard gets the job done. And apparently the VRM is not that good on the MSI Godlike board, because I was looking at the Godlike, and I think Gamers Nexus was the one that tested it. Are the armrests removable? I don't know. I never tried to take them off. Yes, they have screws on the bottom that you can use the Allen key to take them off if you want. They also go in and out, like you can click them out or in, so they can go all the way out like that, and they can go forward and backwards. So it's however you're comfortable sitting. Yeah, the question about RAID, I don't think you need RAID these days either, honestly. But especially not with SSDs, it's really not necessary. I would just go ahead and get a nice NVMe SSD, like a Samsung 970 Plus or Pro. And do you know the chair width of the Titan, Kiko, or the Omega? I'll show you how to find all that information. It is on the site, but you have to go here like this. If you go to the Titan, you got to scroll down, right? And click See Detailed Specifications right here. You click that. So width of seat base, 22 inches. Armrest to armrest, depending on where you position the armrest, is 27.5 to 29.5. You can see the width of the backrest completely is 23. Length is 33. So you get it. You got to click that spot, and it shows you everything. So the total width could be as small as 27.5 with the armrest on, 20 or up to 29.5. If you remove the armrests, then you're looking at basically 22 inches of base. A little more because you have a little lever on the side here that sticks out on one side. So maybe 23 and a half width with no armrests. But you can see the screws actually right there. They give you an Allen key, and those Allen keys can take those armrests right off. Considering what it holds and the size of the chair, it's really not bad at all. And here's the deal with the 2020 models. If you guys ever do order them, you'll get a packet with it, and I'll show it to you guys in the next video. They come with a 3-year warranty already, and you can extend it 2 years to 5. So see, this chair is 77 pounds when it's assembled. If you look at the Omega, right, which is a little bit smaller, it's 66 pounds. So it's 11 pounds lighter of a chair than this one. And the seat base is 22 inches. Wasn't it the same? They're both 22, but it's different. It curves up on the edges a lot more. 25 to 27, that's about the same, wasn't it? It's only a little bit smaller. This was, I think, 22, and this is 21. But the bolsters stick out much wider here. And it's basically just a little bit smaller overall. The length of the backrest is 32. Let me go back to the Titan real fast. Or was I still on the Titan? No, it's 33, so it's only 1 inch taller. Oh no, it is bigger. 27 to 29 and a half. So everything's 22. But you see how little these bolsters are right here on the sides? So it feels a lot wider. So if you're a wider person, right, then this is a better chair for you, because you're not going to get, you know what I mean? You're not going to get so like hugged up into it like that, because the bolsters are much lower on this. Whereas the Omega has a really high bolster. You can see the bolsters, they almost seem non-existent. They're very small here. And even the wings on the side, they're there, but I wanted to see that. They seem to be wider here. So I'm guessing than the Omega. It's 21, so the other one was 22, I think, across, and then the bolsters are higher and wider. Here too. It's like 1 inch less space all around, plus the bolsters are bigger. And it's 10 inches difference. I mean, 11 pounds difference overall. And the only difference is it does not have the automatic lumbar support. You got to use a pillow on the Omega. But it is a memory foam pillow, which is new to the 2020 series. Also, the headrest pillow is cooling, but I'll get into all of that in the next one. But we'll see a customized version of this chair when I start the next video. And there's your lumbar pillow and your head pillow for the chair. So, yeah, and they're memory foam pillows, which is nice. So we'll see which chair I like better, because it'll be my first time sitting in the 2020 Omega. My Titan is slightly different than that 2020 Titan online, but it's good. All right, we're almost at 1 hour and 20 on this show. If my cognac glass is dropping tons of stuff out of it right now, bouncing out. But if you guys got any more questions, I'll answer them for maybe another couple minutes, and then I'm going to take a little break and get ready to unbox and put together that chair in the next show and compare it to the Titan. I'll make sure you guys can see both chairs side by side, see me sitting in them, see the leg positioning, all that kind of stuff, in case people are looking at getting the chair. And of course, we'll have regular chat and Q&A and all that stuff too, where everyone can chat in that show. You're welcome, Yo-Yo, and thank you for modding the channel. Thank you to all the mods. Appreciate y'all. Don't forget the credits. Don't leave before I run the credits. Yeah, it doesn't matter, Kiko. I would still get the percentage if you use the firm, because they get paid right away. A firm is just, getting the money back from you. A firm is pretty good too sometimes. It depends on your credit, but they may give you a 0% first buy. I have seen that. I was so mad. They gave me a 0% first buy, and I was buying at car parts. The first time I ever used it was on Rally Sport Direct, and I bought like $4,000 worth of car parts to upgrade my car, and I had it at 0%. But here's the thing with a firm, they will not let you. Yeah, TJ got 0% with his Titan. And Carl says, on the hotspot, I know you can cancel at any time, but do you lose the $10 discount if you resubscribe? You shouldn't, Carl. You just got to put the code back in. Because you're going to be reordering services, so you'll be at checkout again. So you just put code 10 back in. Yeah, I had a 0% on my first order, though, right? And then they charged me a percentage after that. It's not bad, but they will not ship if something's not in stock. They make the whole order hold up because a firm will not allow a website to charge them until they actually ship the item. So the shipment goes first, and then the company reports that they shipped, and then a firm pays the company. I had this $4,000 order in car parts. One item was not available and would not be available for like 3 months. So they wouldn't ship, and I had to cancel that order and order the same parts again without it, and I lost my 0%. I had to pay a percentage on that order. I was so pissed. I'm like, I didn't get to use it. And I tried to reach out to a firm about it, and they said it's a first-time user thing. But that was really annoying. They wouldn't give it to me even though I never actually used it. So I lost it. But they don't charge me too bad because my credit's not that bad. But they, but they do take an interest percentage from me after that. So it is what it is. But I lost it, and I thought that was kind of shitty of them, honestly, because I never got to use my 0% first time loan. They basically try to tell me they can't override the software, and it just does it automatically. Roland says, how long does it take to get my hats? I got the hats in about 5 business days. If you're in the US, I'd say 5 business days. It took Juggernaut longer to get his in Canada because of customs and stuff like that going across the border. But anywhere in the US, I'd say within 5 business days. You'll get a shipment notification when it ships. And then you're going to get a tracking number and all that with it when it ships. At least I think it has a tracking number. Pretty sure it does. I put this armrest in a position I did not like. There we go. Much better. I'm not sure, Ron, about the Spectrum TV app, honestly. I never tried it. I don't have Spectrum. Yeah, Ron said he got his SB Cup in 5 days. Yeah, I think 5 days is about right because they ship out from 2 different locations in the U.S. They have a facility in, I think, near Los Angeles somewhere, and one in the Carolinas. I'm not sure if it's North or South Carolina. So if you order from like the East Coast, probably over to like maybe Chicago-ish area, Illinois, you're going to get it from the Carolinas, and anything west of that is going to come from California. Kiko says Jugs takes longer because Customs is looking for Jugs plugs. Jugs plugs! Jugs plugs! Where's my Jugs plugs? Ah! I had to do it. All right, guys. I guess if I missed anybody's question, I don't think I did. I think I got everybody's question. I try not to miss any questions on here. If I miss somebody's question, real quick, type yes. and then type the question again. If not, if I don't get a yes in the next like 30 seconds or so, I'll bring this show to a close and get ready to do the chair show next, in which everybody can chat. But do not leave, because I will run the credits for you guys. Sean says the audio is out of sync. It looks okay on my end. Anybody else getting audio out of sync? Carl says it's good there. It might be your connection, Sean, maybe. Well, I'll be back very soon, Storm. I'm just gonna probably spend about a half hour positioning everything to open the box, and I want to make sure you guys can see it clear as I build it, so you can see how easy it is to actually put together. And then we'll compare the chairs. Alright guys, I'm going to roll the credits. Stay supreme. It was great chatting with you guys. Thank you, members, for joining. Thank all you guys that super chatted. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for being members. I appreciate y'all. Helps out a lot. And I'll be back soon to do the chair. So come back in when I do the chair, and we'll have a full chat room with everybody in it. So stick around for the credits, because I'm going to do that right now. And then I'm going to end the show. Stay supreme, you guys. Here come the credits. Stay supreme, everybody. See y'all soon.